One of the best games of its generation is making its return to Game Pass. Hey, it's Game Rant, and today Xbox Game Pass adds a memorable adventure classic to its catalog of games. That game being Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which, if you've never played, is a brief but memorable game directed by Joseph Fares, who later became infamous for his expletive-laden rant against the Oscars during the 2017 Game Awards. And that sense of passion has always been a strong element of his work. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons focuses on a pair of brothers on an adventure to obtain much-needed medicine for their ailing father. As grounded as the premise may sound, the actual game has plenty of familiar fantasy tropes of humanoid creatures and magical realism. Unless you think this is just a movie on a controller, this is very much a gameplay-driven experience, where each of the titular brothers are mapped to an analog stick, meaning you'll be pulling double duty while avoiding numerous near-fatal encounters. That makes the gameplay so compelling, when you're both the one dangling off the cliff and the one saving said person from said cliff. This is very much a narrative-driven game. Sequences have intended solutions, and there's hardly much player choice ultimately, but the mechanics are so unique. Discovering the right path can almost be as touching as a story beat. It was critically acclaimed upon release and recognized for its achievement within the industry itself, and launched Joseph Fares into popular culture as he established Hazelight Studios, where he and his team developed It Takes Two and A Way Out. So if you want to see where it all started, and you've got Game Pass, you'll definitely want to check out Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. This follows the release of a remake of Brothers only a few months ago in late February, and while that game garnered mostly positive reviews upon release, its greater reception has been chilly, with Steam reviews far more mixed. And even there, some of the more positive reviews are still highly critical of this game being remade. What's with all the controversy? Well, play Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, and it'll probably make more sense. And critically speaking, this is the best version. That's kind of weird. Next week is even bigger for Game Pass, with the day one launch of the hotly anticipated Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, a game which was announced on the same night as the current generation of Xbox consoles. So when it comes to anticipation, it quite literally has the longest announcement to launch of any previous Xbox exclusives, at least for the Series X and S. Although with reports of Microsoft considering Hellblade 2 for the PlayStation 5, it might be more of a timed exclusive. But before we close out, let's take a look at what's already on Game Pass for the month of May. Starting off, we have Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, another great game from a previous generation. If you've not played it and feel like shooting a lot of arrows at big mean mercenaries while swimming through some of the grossest fluids ever digitally rendered, this is the game for you. And yes, that's a real recommendation. If you're looking for a creepy good time, we've got Kona 2 Broom. It's a series that certainly has its fans who admire the rustic, weathered, and recent past elements of the storytelling. We'll keep it vague because, come on, this just got added to Game Pass, and the narrative is the main selling point. So if you're indoors because the allergies are bothering you, you'll want to return to a simpler time of deep freeze January, and Kona 2 Broom is the game for you. And finally, there's Little Kitty Big City. Why are we covering Little Kitty Big City? Because it's got a cat. Case closed as far as we're concerned. But it's also a brand new game that was just added to Game Pass. The reviews so far have been mixed to positive, rocking a 75 on Metacritic for the Xbox version, with even some of the more muted responses admitting that people who love cats will probably love this game. So everybody, right? I think that's everybody. If you're looking for even more Game Pass news, you'll certainly want to check out our recent coverage of potential price increases taking place in the near future, a brand new Game Pass tier yet to be revealed, and maybe even the industry juggernaut Call of Duty joining Game Pass. We'll have to drop it here because we've already got more news. So keep clicking around here in Game Rant. Check out Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons and that cat game, and we'll see you soon.